Are hundreds of people buried in an abandoned Muskogee County cemetery being carelessly looked over, or is the disregard intentional? The historic cemetery is located on private property, and the property owner died nearly a decade ago. Someone out of state pays the taxes on the land every year, but no restoration work has begun on the cemetery inside of it. VNN has been digging into the history of Union Agency Cemetery since March. Like any good mystery, every answer we've uncovered has led to more questions. The abandoned cemetery isn't just the believed final resting place of Bass Reeves, one of Indian country's most celebrated lawmen. Up to 1,000 people are buried there, many of whom were local community leaders. But for the last 40-plus years, the property has fallen into serious neglect, and the mystery of who exactly is buried there isn't the only one needing to be solved. Muskogee residents like Colada Cade Bailey tell us back in the 60s and 70s, the cemetery was well kept and visited often by relatives of the deceased.
We've just forgotten them and not been able to go in there, to keep their monuments up, to keep the grounds well kept. It's very disheartening. It really is. And if we don't do it now, our generations to come, it won't have any meaning to them, and it will have been lost.
When Sage Fields, the property owner during that time, died with no heirs or will, no one else stepped in to maintain the property. Nature took over. It's now so overgrown that getting into the cemetery is nearly impossible, let alone locating the graves of deceased relatives. Trees have knocked down tombstones. Coffins lie exposed. Records show Union Agency Cemetery is an old Muskogee Creek freedman cemetery, established around 1858 when the area was called Agency. The land was allotted to a former slave named Lizzie Fields in 1903. Special thanks to the Lucinda Hickory Research Institute for helping us out with that component of the investigation. Years of mineral, oil, and gas rights followed suit, marked by Lizzie Fields' ex, indicating she likely could not read or write. Let's take a quick break for our story sponsor, Hearth Homes Realty and Broken Arrow. Who knew real estate could be so mysterious? Thankfully, Hearth Homes has all the answers for your real estate needs. They have their own show here on YouTube called At Our Kitchen Table and nearly 2 decades experience helping people buy, sell, and build homes and pools. Call or text them today. Hearth Homes, here for you for all things real estate. Creek freedman Lizzie Fields left the cemetery land to her son, Thomas, when she died in 1926. After Sage Fields died in 1978, the land sat vacant, aside from the graves, for 30 years until a woman named Marion Dolores Moore came forward from California saying she was Fields' long-lost daughter. Her claim wasn't protested in court, and she received the rights to the property in 2008. Meanwhile, the land and cemetery continued to be neglected. VNN partnered with ARC Investigations in May. They discovered the long-lost daughter who inherited the property actually died in 2013. But someone has been mailing in the taxes for the property as recently as March of this year. The registered caretaker is listed as Moore's sister on her death certificate, the same woman who has been mailing in the tax payments since Moore's death. Rhonda Grayson with the Muskogee Creek Indian Freedmen Band tells us requests she's made to the caretaker by mail to restore the cemetery have gone unanswered for the last several years.
It's just not safe for the descendants. Even if we could find a way to get in there, it's just not safe to enter into the cemetery. I mean, there is a whole massive cleanup effort that has to take place before we could even get in there and preserve it, fix it up.
We reached out to the caretaker and the caretaker's daughter by phone and text, but have received no response back. We also reached out to Muskogee County Commissioner Ken Doak, whose district the private property is in, by phone and email, and have dropped by his office to talk about the cemetery, but have also not heard back. Muskogee County District Attorney Larry Edwards tells us he finds the matter interesting, but without any criminal charges on his desk, there is not much he can do about it. VNN is currently working with additional researchers, such as the Oklahoma Historical Society, to track down what other historical information is available on the cemetery. With their help, we found Union Agency Cemetery was listed as public property in Indian Pioneer History Project records dating back to 1937. Do you have any information about Union Agency Cemetery? Send tips via email to info@arcdetectives.com or by phone to 903-265-9432. For VNN, I'm Brittany Harlow.